Hi everyone, this is Juan CL again. Now this time we're going to do a quick review on a movie that mostly involves animals. And basically this was one of my childhood movies, but at the same time, this is a very controversial movie because there was a lot of animal abuse during production. Well, they're just rumors, but we're just going to stick to the main story. Of course, it was originally made in Japan. From what I've heard, it was based on a novel or some kind in Japan, and it was later made by Toho. But then, when it came to the U.S. a few years later, in the late 80s, it was distributed by Columbia Pictures. So here we have The Adventures of Milo and Otis, starring an orange tabby cat and a pug-nosed dog named Otis. So Milo's the cat, Otis is the dog. So what is it about? Well, it has to do with two different animals in the farm, you know. They meet when they were a puppy and kitten. They became close friends until Milo got into a box. He gets lost, and it's up to Otis to save his friend. They go through a lot of misadventures, like meeting a bear. Of course, they'd run into 3 bears. One of them, both Milo and Otis met whenever they were on the river, and then Milo encountered 2 more bears later on. But Otis met a couple other animals, like a fox and there's like a ton of animals that they ran into. A turtle, a fox, like I said, an owl, various animals, a deer, many animals, including the ones all the way down there. Of course, a raccoon meets Milo like at a river brook, and ducks, they arrive at the beginning of the movie. Cows, they only appear very briefly. And of course, a family of pigs that Milo runs into. This is pretty much an all-animal movie. Doesn't have any humans. The only thing that kind of counts as humans are the trains that came by that were about to run down Milo, but luckily he ran away. Yeah, it's so much. It's like a traveling trip to find your best friend. And by the time when they met, Milo was down a pit, and Otis had to grab some sort of rope to catch him. And by the time when they were free, they finally met a female cat that Milo immediately falls in love with. And Otis got really jealous, so he ends up meeting a female pug, a French pug to be specific, because I don't know, I guess the French love pugs just as much as poodles, I don't really know. But yeah, it turns out it's mating season for both Milo and Otis, and right around the winter time they both have puppies and kittens of their own. Since that they're both male, they both found female mates, and then later in the spring, their puppies and kittens are old enough to meet each other, and that's how the movie ends. And by the way, they also found a road to lead them back to their own farm where they began. Now that's pretty sweet. Yeah, this movie is just a simple all-animal tale. I mean, sure, there is a little bit of violence and a little bit too much darkness. From what I've heard in the original Japanese film, the music was a little bit different, and there were a couple darker scenes. I just don't know what exactly. I think Milo's encounter with a snake before he fell down the pit was a little bit darker. Those were the rumors. And speaking of the rumors once again, there were lots of puppies and kittens that died during production. That's one of the biggest rumors. But, you know, it's very strict with the animal rights and all, because most movies nowadays now use either animatronics, CGI, motion captured creatures, or pretty much other technology rather than using real animals, unless they're just regular domestic animals rather than huge animals, because this movie they're actually trained, and this was made in Japan. I have the DVD version just to let you know. I used to own the VHS version of this movie back in when I was like 4 years old, I think, but then it got ruined, I think, because I watched it way too many times. Later in 2007, I got this 2005 DVD copy. So here's the front, and then there's the spine. There we go. There's Columbia. So this is made in 1989. There's Milo up on the tree, and there's in a dream sequence where Milo meets a cow, and then there's the barn. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the cover that I got, and the disc is in there. So if you have seen this movie, let me know what you think of the movie. What do you think? Do you believe the rumors are true or not? Well, let me know. Put it down in the comments below. Stay tuned for more new videos. I might even do a blog of my birthday. Subscribe. Stay tuned. Have a nice day. Ciao. Goodbye.